Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us today at College Week Live's International Day. My name is Katie and I'm here from Ryerson University, and today we're going to be talking about several different things. You will see an agenda on the screen right now, so I'm going to start by giving you an overview of the Ryerson Advantage, what we're all about, and what Ryerson really stands for. So here you can see a map of Canada and the United States. Ryerson University is located in Canada. We're actually located in the city of Toronto, which you can see in context here on the map. It's right near the border to the States. And Toronto is the largest city in Canada. It's a very bustling city. There's a lot going on. We're also the most diverse city in Canada, which is really exciting because it means there's always something different going on, someone new to meet. You hear a different language every time you're walking down the street. So it's a really fantastic spot to get a new experience and meet people from all around the world. Toronto was also just recently rated the best city to live in the world by the Safe Cities Index. We've received numerous ratings for our safety, our livability, the enjoyment of living in Toronto. And Ryerson is located right in the heart of the city. So you'll see some pictures coming up that really showcase where we are. We want our students to be in the center of it all. Ryerson University has 6 different faculties, and these faculties are areas of study or areas of industry. So within those faculties, you will study something like science or business or engineering or arts. We also have a faculty of communication and design, and we have a faculty of community services. So these faculties group programs that are related. Within those 6 faculties, we have more than 60 different undergraduate programs. And this presentation will focus primarily on our undergraduate programs and the pathways to get into them. If you are interested in master's or PhD programs at Ryerson, we would encourage you to contact our graduate admissions office, and they can help you with all of those inquiries. Above and beyond the 60 different programs that we do offer, we have almost 50 different minors. And a minor is an opportunity for you to customize your degree while you're studying. So you can take courses within a certain field to sort of specialize or to go more in depth into a certain industry. When you apply to a degree at Ryerson, you'll choose your major, you'll choose the bachelor program, but you don't have to worry about the minor until you're in the program. You can decide that when you're already a student at Ryerson. As I mentioned before, Toronto is a very diverse city. Ryerson is very diverse as well. So you'll see in these stats on the slide that there's almost 150 different nationalities represented on campus. So like I mentioned, you're walking across campus, you're going to hear all sorts of different languages. It means that you're going to be able to try all sorts of different foods. There's all sorts of fantastic restaurants around campus that you can try with representing countries around the world. In addition to giving students that international exposure on campus, we also try to get them international exposure around the world. So many of our students do participate in an international exchange during their 3rd year of study, where they go and they spend 1 semester studying abroad. When I was a student, I got to go to New Zealand for 6 months and take my classes there. And many of our students take advantage of this, they go to countries in Asia, South America, Europe, the Middle East, all around the world to have those studies. Ryerson has received a lot of recognition for some of the groundbreaking stuff that is happening here. One of those things is the Ashoka Changemaker status that you'll see listed here. We are the first university in Canada to be recognized by Ashoka, and it recognizes all of the great work we're doing solving problems on campus, around the city, and around the world. So our students really have a focus on not just studying problems in the world, but really focusing on how to fix them. So instead of just doing a report, they're going to do that report, then they're going to go out and make it happen. And that's something that we focus on in every program at Ryerson. We've also received recognition for many of our individual programs. A couple of them are listed here, but there are many others as well. Here you can see a shot of Yonge Dundas Square, which is a lot like the Times Square of Canada. So if you've ever been to New York, or maybe you've seen a movie with Times Square, you get a lot of that feel when you're in Toronto and you're at Yonge Dundas Square. So it's a large community space right in the heart of the city where all sorts of events happen. They have concerts, markets, they have different shows that go on, and our campus is located right next to this, so right around it, actually. Every day when you're walking to campus, you're going to see something different going on, or get to be a part of something different. You'll see just in the back of this picture is where our Ted Rogers School of Management is housed, and just to the right is where many of our other campus buildings are as well. Speaking of the Ted Rogers School of Management, you'll see another shot of it here with one of our streetcars going by in front. The Ted Rogers School of Management is our business faculty. So if you're interested in studying a Bachelor of Commerce at Ryerson, this is the building where you would be studying in. The Ted Rogers School of Management has also been accredited by the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. This is a bit of a mouthful, but it's really important because it means that we've been recognized among the top 5% of the world's business schools. We're internationally recognized for the quality of our business education in particular through that accreditation. And accreditation is an important word to keep in mind because it means that the program you're applying to is licensed or recognized by an industry governing that body of work. So in some industries, you will need to take an accredited degree in order to be licensed when you graduate. So as I said, many of our programs are accredited, and that's something you'll want to keep an eye out while you're doing your research for your program. I have one more shot of campus that I do want to show you, and that's because this is my favorite spot on campus. We call this the quad. It's essentially a large green space right in the center of our campus. And you'll see the City of Toronto skyline just behind it. As I said, we are located right in the heart of the city. So you can come in here for a nice quiet spot amongst the hustle and bustle of the city and hang out in here. Sometimes you'll see people playing sports or connecting to the Wi-Fi. So this is an awesome spot to hang out. All right, and I also want to emphasize that Ryerson has a focus on zone learning. And what this means is that we really try to support students who are starting their own company. And that's what zone learning is. It's a space for you to get your own company off the ground, to get access to help with resources, with funding, getting money to start your company, networking, selling your company, selling your product. So that's a big focus at Ryerson. And if you are thinking about starting a company, you can keep in mind that there are more than 10 different zones on campus where you can get that support. Now we'd like to profile our Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. So I'm going to turn it over to Courtney.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm really glad you got to hear about all that Ryerson has to offer. My name is Courtney and I'm the coordinator of the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program.
And my name is Maria. I'm an international student from Colombia. I'm also doing my master's here at Ryerson, and I'm also the intern for the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program.
Awesome. So we're going to give you a little snapshot of our program. As it's International Day on College Week Live, we recognize that there's students from around the world watching, and some students are using English as an additional language. So that's why we're here today, to tell you about what we offer. So to begin, we're a pathway to undergraduate study at Ryerson. So this means that we are a 2-semester English language foundation program. And as Katie mentioned, we're located in the heart of downtown Toronto. So while you're studying with us, you will be taking classes in English for academic purposes, combined with some university coursework. So this means that you'll be doing English as a second language studies, but in the context of academic learning. While you're studying with that Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, you'll also have the opportunity to take up to 3 credits toward your undergraduate program. And this is a huge pull for a lot of our applicants because while they recognize that they need to take some extra time to improve their academic English skills, they still want to get their feet wet in that undergraduate experience. And so during the winter semester, or the second semester of the ESL Foundation Program, students can take up to 3 credits. All of our students take 1 course that counts towards their liberal study, which is a common elective type credit for all undergraduate programs. And this is called Language and Identity. And it gives students the opportunity to talk critically about language and how that applies to everyday life. And it also gives students the opportunity to further develop their critical thinking and essay writing skills. On top of that, many of our students do quite well during their first semester of English language studies. And in addition to their 1 credit, they have the opportunity to take maybe 1 or 2 more credits that will count towards their undergraduate programs. So for example, this semester we have students taking courses in economics, in chemistry, in English literature, and sociology, just to name a few. And here's the biggest one. If you are accepted to our program, you will receive guaranteed admission into an undergraduate program of your choice. So my colleague Pallavi from admissions will come on a little later to talk about how this process works. But once you successfully complete the ESL Foundation Program, your conditions are cleared and you are eligible to begin your program in fall 2017. So the program benefits are many. Being downtown Toronto is one of them, the multiculturalism, but specifically relating to the type of program that the ESL Foundation Program is academically, we really believe in holistic learning and holistic development of students. So that means that you won't just be focusing on English language studies, but rather we're looking at everything that we can support you in throughout this academic undergraduate journey. So yes, it's academics. How can you do best in your studies and be the most successful student you can be, but also taking into consideration that you are developing your career. So for example, next week, we will have a member of the Career Center coming in to help our students develop their resumes, to start thinking about summer jobs for this break. Also cultural opportunities and activities. As I mentioned, we recognize our students are coming from all over the world, have different backgrounds and have had different experiences, and we provide time for that as well. So academic skills preparation is a focus there's a range of skills that our students feel the need to develop in English. These include note-taking, presentations in English, essay writing. Just a couple of weeks ago, our students went with their instructors to the Ryerson Library and learned how to use those resources and write really strong academic essays. And finally, small class sizes. This is a really great feature of the program because you'll get to know your instructors one-on-one time. All of our instructors offer multiple office hours each week, which allows students with time to have conversations about how they feel they're doing and areas that they would like to develop.
So many of our students will enjoy being at the heart of Toronto. Toronto, as Katie mentioned before, is Canada's largest city, and it's also the most multicultural city in Canada. This makes of Ryerson a unique place to be because you'll get to meet people from all over the world who share the same experiences that you will be experiencing while you live in Canada and in Toronto. Also, students that are in our program get to enjoy and have access to the same services as all undergraduate students here at Ryerson, and they can access student learning support such as the English Writing Center and English Language Support and the gym and the Ryerson Medical Center. And also, they have the opportunity to live on campus, meaning that if you are living on campus, you can be part of the Ryerson community. You also have more access to all the services that are offered, and also have the opportunity to manage better your time because you can be literally steps away from your classes. Students in our program also are able of interacting with other students, upper year students. These are our peer mentors and peer supporters, which you will meet soon. And through this program, our ESL Foundation program students get to network and interact with students outside of the program. They have activities and different events that they attend, and also our peer mentors and peer supporters serve as a guidance through our students adapting to their new life in Canada and their life as Ryerson students.
Great. So as I mentioned, the teaching team in the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, as with the rest of Ryerson, is a big focus of the type of educational experience that students receive. So in the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, you'll experience a teaching team comprised of individuals who have traveled the world teaching English as an additional language and who really understand the needs of English as a second language in an academic context. So as I mentioned, you will have the opportunity to talk with your instructors about what it is you specifically would like to learn, and they also have a very great insight into the type of skills that you'll need to really thrive in your undergraduate degree programs. In complementing the teaching staff, we also have a really diverse and committed staff on the program side of things who support our students from the time that they begin applying to Ryerson until while they're through the program, when they graduate our program, enter their undergraduate studies, and beyond. So we really are focusing on building relationships in this program, and you'll have the opportunity to chat with us after in our Always On chat and ask any questions about the types of services and supports that you may receive while a student with us. So classroom experience, this is very important as you'll be coming to learn. In the ESL Foundation Program, you can expect to study English for academic purposes for about or up to 30 hours a week. And this looks very different for fall and winter semesters, but the core similarity throughout both semesters is that students will be focusing on 4 competencies, and these are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And the reason that we focus on these 4 competencies is because they really stretch across all of the different types of skills and English language applications that students will need to be proficient in order to succeed in their studies. And finally, once you complete all of the requirements for this program, you will have fulfilled your English proficiency requirements for fall 2017. And this is great news for lots of students, and our students are thrilled to hear it. This means no further English proficiency testing is required. So this year, our students learned about and are learning about lots of different themes or ideas. And this is because it's something special that we do in the ESL Foundation Program, and this is called theme-based learning. So our students are learning ESL skills like grammar and how to listen carefully and give great presentations in English. However, we do so by learning about different themes that are common high school subjects that undergraduate students at Ryerson are expected to have some idea about and be able to discuss with some fluency, and also because they represent the programs, the undergraduate programs at Ryerson on a faculty level. So, for example, this year our students are learning about business and consumerism, new media, environment and sustainability, identity and culture, and a couple of more themes as well. And what really makes this unique is that, yes, you're learning about these great, interesting topics in the classroom, but you're also engaging in experiential learning. So you're taking these ideas and with your classmates and instructors are going out to new media art galleries, where our students went this year to a place called the Power Plant, which is located in downtown Toronto. And they got to interact with exhibits and learn about how new media is created. And just next week, our students are studying business and consumerism, and we'll be going to a place called the Center for Social Innovation, where they'll learn about social entrepreneurship and business incubation.
The program, the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, includes pre-arrival information and orientation, 24-hour support, 2 semesters of full-time academic study, just like Courtney mentioned, all textbooks and program materials relevant to the ESL Foundation Program, academic, career, and personal advising, health insurance package, access to all of Ryerson services and facilities, just as in all other Ryerson undergraduate students, and academic and cultural excursions. And the tuition for the 2016-2017 academic year is $26,750.
Great. So now that you've heard a little bit from the program side, what we can offer students who are interested in a pathway program into undergraduate study at Ryerson, we'd like to hand it over to our program graduates who are now also peer supporters, Cassie and Tristan, and they will tell you about the student experience both at Ryerson and in the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program.
Hi, my name is Cassie. I'm from China. I'm the first year hospitality and tourism management student in Ryerson University.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Shen from China too. And since that name is quite complicated, so you can call me Tristan if you want. And so I get this question a lot. So how does that feel when you're studying in this program, and like how does that feel when you're working as a peer supporter in here? So I would say if you went to a restaurant and you order something and you finish them all and you even lick the plate, like and the building manager come out and saying, how's the food? Like, I mean, if you don't like the food, you wouldn't finish it, right? So if this experience isn't perfect, I want to be here. So what I'm trying to say is, when I was in this program, so 3 years ago, wow, times fly by, okay. And I went to a restaurant. I couldn't even order something. Like I want to buy a sandwich, and I told the waitress, hey, I want a sandwich, and the waitress said, hey, we have turkey, we have chicken, we have beef. Honestly, all I hear is blah 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 chicken, and so I said, yes, I like chicken. So, and the waitress is, you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. And so I get the leg long, like this big sandwich with all the turkey, beef, anything they can add. They basically add everything in there. So I was really bad in English, but now I say better, right? So and we're not like learning 24/7. We're not monster, right? And this is not 7-Eleven. So we're not learning like crazy. And also we do have all those kind of fun events, amazing. Like we went to Toronto Island, we went to St. Tower, we went to aquarium, just so we can relax and learn more. And in the terms of working as a peer supporter, I would say, well, first of all, you get paid. Yes, you do. You do get paid, and you get to know all those amazing students. You can be friends with them, and it really increases your social network. And also, it counts as work experience. So, like in the future, when you go to a company and you apply for a job and you say, oh, I just graduated from school, and what else did you do? After class I went home and played games, sleep. And another guy come up, hey, I have work experience. Okay, you are the guy we want, right? So, yeah.
I want to talk about a little bit of experience that I have in Ryerson. I also graduated from the ESL Foundation Program. This program helped me to improve my English, and I went to a lot of I went to the trip with our peer mentor-peer supporter. I did make a lot of connection with the city. So when I know the city better, when I feel more comfortable, I start to focus on my study. And this job, after I graduated from the ESL program, I got a job in this program as a peer supporter. I get a chance to share my experience with the students, and this job has helped me overcome some of my challenges, such as building more confidence and taking on the leadership role. And also I have more idea of how a team work together and to achieve our goal. One thing is really benefit me is I make a lot of friends in this program. The reason why I chose Ryerson University because the school location is right downtown Toronto. It's a business area. There's a lot of retail around the school. As I mentioned, I'm studying in the hospitality and tourism program. There's a lot of hotel around campus. So when I want to have a chance to go visit a hotel, see how they work, it's really convenient for me. And also Toronto is multicultural, and I have a chance to meet a lot of people who from different countries. It's really interesting to study with them, talk to them. Also, being downtown Toronto, you have a lot of opportunity to interact with the city. The reason why I like my program because it's a really good business program in the Tim Rogers School of Management, and I have 1,000 work hour, which is mandatory in my program. It's a co-op. It counts to our credit. It helped me apply what I learned in real life to what I learned in class to real life. Also, English is not my first language, so there are a lot of student service available on campus, such as the English learning support. When you write an essay or complete your project, if you want someone to check your grammar, check your essay format, you can book appointment online and go their one-to-one service. Also, there are a lot of workshop available on campus, help you how to put your ideas into your essay, how to write, how can you complete your group project better. There's a lot, and also we have international student service on campus. When I first came to Ryerson, I have no idea what my insurance cover. I don't know how to renew my visa, and so you can go to the international student the support, and they also can tell you if you plan to stay in Canada after you graduate, how can you apply for the citizenship. They can help you with that. Of course, you not only like going to school for study, also we have a lot of club in Ryerson, such as the gym. You have dance class, yoga, and boxing, etc. So I'm joining like yoga club and salsa club in this semester. So I'm not only developing my academic, but also in my habit in my life. We hope we will see you around campus soon. So.
Just join us. Bye. Oh, next we're hearing from Pallavi.
Thank you, Tristan, and Cassie for that. So now that you have learned so much about Ryerson and what we have to offer, we're just going to tell you a little bit about the admissions process and how that works for our university here. So Ryerson has general admission requirements, and we definitely welcome curriculums from all over the world. We see applicants applying from every part of the world, and a list of our country-specific requirements are available on our website, and that list is up to date. So I strongly encourage anybody looking at Ryerson to check that website out, because that's where we would first update any changes that may need to be updated. And if you have any other questions or concerns while we're here, definitely ask them away in the chat area. So application deadlines or equal consideration dates, as we call them at Ryerson. If you're interested in a Grades Plus program at Ryerson, so a program that requires auditions or portfolios, perhaps an interview, the application deadline was actually February 1st for those programs. However, a number of those programs still are open. Some of them are closed already. I would encourage you to check out our website to see a complete list of which programs are still available in that Grades Plus area. Like I said, a number of programs still are open, and I do encourage you to apply to those if you're interested. For the rest of our programs, which are known as grades-only programs that don't require any auditions or portfolios or interviews, the application deadline is coming up fast. It's coming up on March 1st. Again, that's a soft deadline. A number of our programs will remain open after that date. However, we do encourage students interested in those programs to apply by that date for a guaranteed consideration of your application. Application received after March 1st will be considered subject to space availability in the program. So again, I do encourage you to make that application as soon as possible and prior to March 1st. And our very special Ryerson ESL Foundation Program has a June 1st application deadline, so I do encourage you to apply to that as well. With your full documentation is what we encourage students to have in to our office by June 1st for the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. Just going to brief you on the application process, how to go about actually applying to Ryerson. The first step is to apply through the Ontario University's Application Center, which is known as the OUAC. The website address is on there for you, ouac.on.ca. And applicants, if you're an international student on the OUAC, you would be applying using a F05 application form. There we go. Specifically for the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, again, you would apply through the OUAC, which is the Ontario University's Application Center. The program code for the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program is S as in Sam, F as in Frank, P as in Peter. So you would see that right under Ryerson University's program availability. When you apply to the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, you'll also be asked to select a subject of major interest. And this is the program where you would want to be considered for a guaranteed admission for the fall 2017 cycle. So make sure you choose a program that you're really interested in, and you'll see a number of our programs listed there. All our grades-only programs are listed there. Be sure to follow the instructions. Click the submit button. We want to make sure the application comes through. For the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, because we give you a guaranteed offer of admission to one program of your choice, no further application will be required from you. This is it. Once you apply for fall 2016, you're automatically going to be placed in your major for fall 2017, and no further documentation will be required from you. Second step after you have applied is very important. You have to submit your documents. That includes your academic transcripts. So if you're currently a secondary school student, for example, go ahead and submit your interim results. We'll definitely review your application based on your interim or courses in progress, so we're not looking for finals. We understand that those won't be done, but definitely get your documents in. We need to see your grades that are currently in progress, or grades that you might have received last term. Supplementary form is something that you will have access to once you've actually applied to Ryerson, and you will be sent more information about that once your application has been received and processed as to how to get your supplementary form in. If you have applied to A Grades Plus programs, again, you will get information on submitting your non-academic requirements, which is the submission of your portfolio or your interview process or your audition process. Those details will be sent to you as well. And very important, particularly for the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, is a English proficiency test score. So we are looking for a test score, whether it's IELTS or TOEFL, whichever test you have decided to take, that's fine. Those results were absolutely mandatory for that program. Other applicants, even if you're not applying to the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, any applicant from a country where English is not the first language, including applicants whose official date of entry to Canada was on or after January 1st, 2012, and this is for the fall 2016 cycle, you're required to present a proof of English language proficiency. So again, that test, EP test, is very, very important. You'll see the English language proficiency requirements listed there for you by program. Every program and or faculty has specific requirements. The Ryerson ESL Foundation Program has a lower English proficiency score. Again, it is designed for students where English is not their first language. So definitely lower scores are acceptable. We do encourage you to submit those scores as soon as you have applied. And step 3 for as far as the application process is concerned is tracking your application. Everybody wants to know what's happening with my application after I've applied. The best and the only way for you to find out is to track your application through what we call the Choose Ryerson Applicant portal. This is basically your one-stop shop, so to speak. It's your hub for getting all the information that you need in terms of if you're missing anything, if we need something from you as far as a transcript is concerned, we'll let you know through the Choose Ryerson Applicant portal, whether you've been approved or waitlisted, or if you're waiting for an English proficiency score. Really anything and everything regarding your application to Ryerson is Choose Ryerson Applicant portal is your go-to for that. So it's very important for you to set that up. All the communications from the admissions office will only be sent through Choose Ryerson Applicant portal. And it's a great way for you to track the status of your application as well.
Great. Thanks, Pallavi.
Thanks.
All right. So we'll talk just a little bit longer about some of the student supports that are available to students studying at Ryerson, including the finances. So you'll see some of the monetary amounts here, so you have an idea of what to expect in terms of your cost of living while studying at Ryerson. And now is a really good time to come and study in Canada because the Canadian dollar is quite weak. So your dollar will go pretty far. Run, don't walk. All right, there's also a few scholarships that you may be eligible to apply for as well. Ryerson does have partial scholarships to help offset the cost of your tuition. So the two listed here are for specifically for international students coming from high school, going directly to one of our 4-year undergraduate programs. We also have more scholarships listed on our website there and a wide range of criteria. So depending on your background, you may be eligible for a variety of different scholarships. We encourage you to check them out. Most of them are currently accepting applications now. We also have an international student support office at Ryerson that you did hear Cassie and Tristan speak about already. So this is a fantastic service for international students on campus. As they said, they have orientation programs, social programs. They'll help you with immigration advising. Really any type of support you might need coming to a new country, they're your go-to office, and they'll be here ready to help. They're also hosting a few upcoming webinars that I'll talk about shortly in terms of how to apply for your study visa, what to pack in your suitcase before you come to Canada, what our airport looks like, how to get to campus, all of those logistical details. But I'll tell you how you can tune into those webinars shortly. When you're coming to Toronto from another country, you're probably going to want to have somewhere to stay when you get to campus. So we do currently have 3 different residence buildings on campus. The one pictured on this slide is Pittman Hall. So after you get an offer of admission to Ryerson, you can then apply for residence. And then within that application, you'll be able to let us know what room is your priority. So we have single bedrooms, we have shared bedrooms, apartment style. There's all sorts of different living styles that you can choose from when you're applying to residence. So just to recap, once you get that offer of admission is when you would begin thinking about your residence choices. After today, we totally want to keep continuing the conversation. We are having another Always On chat in about an hour and 20 minutes at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or again, about an hour and 20 minutes on College Week Live. But we're also on social media, so keep in touch with us there. You can use the @YRyerson handle or hashtag and find us on all the major social media accounts. As I mentioned, we do also have individual webinars that you may be interested in. International student support, as I said, we'll be holding some throughout the spring and summer, and you can find more information at the website here. We also profile different programs and different services that are available on campus. So we hope we'll be able to see you at one of those. And again, we just want to keep in touch with you as much as possible. So you can always send your questions to us by email. I've included the undergraduate admissions email address here. So that's international@ryerson.ca. If you have any questions about Ryerson, about applying, about studying here, keep in touch with us through there. And you'll also see ESL Foundation@ryerson.ca. So if you have questions about our ESL Foundation program, you can send to that email, and that will go to someone like Courtney or Maria who can help answer your questions about that program. And again, you'll see here the Always On chat that is coming up at 2 p.m. today. So about an hour and 20 minutes. We hope to see you there. We have a few more shots that I'll leave you with while we finish up this webinar. So we are done being on camera now, but we're going to stay here behind the scenes, happy to answer your questions if you want to keep sending those in. So let's get some slides up here for you. There's some cool shots of the field trips that we have going on through our Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. Thank you very much.